Comcast Sports continues our coverage of our 2001 postseason basketball. It's regional semifinal time from West Bloomfield High School. This time it's the homestanding West Bloomfield Lakers against the folks from the PSL, the runners-up in the PSL championship, the Trailblazers of Detroit Central. It's the Shaft and the coach, and I tell you something, Frank, we need all the energy we can get, so we're going to sit for this one. But these are two teams that can go after each other, and it's going to be an interesting tempo versus tempo kind of game, as you found out when you talked to Coach Orande Taliaferro just a few minutes ago.
Well, I'll tell you, Coach said if we get the ball up and down the floor, get into transition, we win. We get a half-court game, they win. It's that simple. He wants to light it up.
Usually we talk about two players individually, but we're going to talk about two players collectively right now, but they wear different color uniforms. It's going to be a great matchup between Cecil Hood, who is an awesome offensive weapon. This is going to be a great opportunity for you folks in Oakland County to see one of the better players out of the PSL. Remember, this PSL team finished second to Redford in the PSL championships, and also lost out to Catholic Central in Operation Friendship, but Hood gets it done.
I tell you, Hood is the real deal. You saw he has 20 points a game. More important than that, he gives up the ball, he gives assists, he gets steals, he gets rebounds. He does everything. He is one of the premier, if not the premier guard in the public school league this year.
A year ago as a sophomore, Warren Woodruff was a defensive stopper. He's got offense in his game right now, but his responsibility is going to be kind of put the hood down on Cecil Hood, but Warren Woodruff's going to need some help.
Well, Warren Woodruff is going to go, and when they play man-to-man, he's going to check him up. If they can't handle him, they'll go to a zone defense, give him a lot of support. Woodruff is an excellent defensive player, doesn't foul, keeps his feet moving, plays good position. But if they have to, they're going to go and they'll pack it into zone, keep him out. One
thing Coach Taliaferro said is they are concerned with the inside guys, Merritt and Mercer, and those guys are going to be just as important in getting the ball inside to them and diversifying their offense as they will be in trying to stop the guards.
Well, also the other key is you have to get rebounds to run. And when you have a lot more size like West Bloomfield does, you cut down the running game of Central. They have to attack the basket. They'll send everybody after the ball.
Game one was a three-point Lathrop victory. They'll go on to play the winner of this one. And if the West Bloomfield Lakers and the Central Trailblazers play anything like Henry Ford and Lathrop did, you're in for another good 2 hours of basketball. And so it is Comcast Sports coverage of our high school basketball game of the week, playoff style. It's a regional semifinal from West Bloomfield. It's the Trailblazers of Detroit Central, the West Bloomfield Lakers, the starting lineups, and the tip-off when we continue from WB in a minute.
This remarkable moment brought to you by your family. Isn't it about time? From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
It's the chef and the coach, and don't ask us for tickets because there aren't any left. They've jammed this place. A lot of folks who saw the first one are staying here for the second one, and now let's go cross court to Dustin Zacks, who will introduce the starting lineups for this game.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, beginning with the starting lineup for the visiting Detroit Central Trailblazers. Starting at guard, wearing number 3, Tyree Wright. Starting at guard, wearing number 12, Kevin Fenner. Starting at center, wearing number 32, Curtis Williams. Starting at forward, wearing number 21, Cecil Hood. And starting at forward, wearing number 34, Kawan Parson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for your West Bloomfield Lakers. Starting at guard, wearing number 22, standing 6'1", the junior Warren Showtime Woodruff. Starting at guard, wearing number 23, standing 6 foot, the senior Donnie Woe. Starting at center, wearing number 15, standing 6'7", the senior Johnny Blaze Merritt. Starting at forward, wearing number 3, the 6'3", senior Kyle Brown. And starting at forward, wearing number 21, standing 6'5", Jason Spider Mercer.
Okay, the coaches, Arande Taliaferro in the middle of that group. He is in his 5th year, and he is a PSL guy from Mumford High School. When he was a freshman, he played on the Mumford varsity basketball team that happened to be coached by Larry Moore, the second-year coach at WB. There's Larry in the middle, and to his right, Leon Douglas. And got to get ready for this one. And Frank, I'm looking forward to it. The winner of this one, I got a feeling, will probably go on to play in the quarterfinals, although they still have to play on Friday. There is Dante Favors. Walter Strong will join him. And just 2 officials, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later. But let's go. Jason Mercer's got the basketball. And we are underway.
Yeah, West Bloomfield, with their size, has quite a bit of quickness with Brown out there and Donnie Wall and Woodruff.
Woodruff's got that quickness. They all handle the ball so well. Mercer to a driving Mercer. And I say Merritt to Mercer. And so Jason Mercer will hit the line for 1, and the foul will go on number 34. That's Kwan Parson.
Well, when you play a team that wants to play you tough man-to-man defense, you have to get penetration, whether it be with the pass penetration or the dribble penetration. The good pass penetration.
And completes the 3-point play. So 18 seconds into the basketball game, West Bloomfield's got the first lead. Now we'll watch the matchup here. As he comes up the court, though,
they're playing zone.
Yep.
Yeah, they're matching up. They're going to, see what they can do early and control Central, not get them in to where they can use that good man-to-man.
Right.
He walked.
He sure did. But nonetheless, Cecil Hood answers 2/3 of the Jason Mercer 3-point play.
You better know what's happening on the back side of that zone. Good Central ball club.
Woodruff has the ball tipped away. Looking. That ball was almost stolen away across the way by Parson.
Well, you make a mistake, they get into those passing lanes, and that's what West Bloomfield, they have to keep the ball in the middle of the floor where they can go and control it with, their point guard.
Donnie Wall backs away, now starts driving. He'll throw it up short.
Good penetration, he's got to make those go down.
Hood with a rebound, flying down the floor is Williams.
Woodruff with a steal.
Woodruff will send it to Donnie Wall. John Merritt gets the crowd up!
I tell you, that gets them off their feet in a hurry. Great pass, great put down.
Well, at least we know where the West Bloomfield people are sitting now, or where they were sitting. They're up now, 5-2, WB. Williams kicks it back out to Wright. Tyree Wright now to Williams up top. We misspoke ourselves on the right-hand side. It's
well, West Bloomfield's got to keep its matchup right here, and they're, in their zone defense.
Woodruff's got it. Woodruff will take it. He'll throw it up off the glass. It'll count if it goes, but it doesn't. So it won't, and we're going to get the second Central foul, and the foul will go on Tyree Wright.
Yeah, good effort. Woodruff went up strong, didn't go down for him, but that's what you have to do. Make sure you get it away, get it up off the glass.
That's the first one to go.
You can see the pressure right here. He does a good job. He's got both hands on him. He got fouled about 3 times on that one. He actually could have called the first one and not put him at the line.
Second one is on the way. It is not on the board. Mercer fights the rebound, but it comes down to Central. Trailblazers and the West Bloomfield Lakers, the PSL and the OAA.
Yeah, they got to get the matchup right here, and they get outnumbered, and they give up the penetration. They're going to give it to, there's no overrule there. They felt that the ball slipped out of his hands, but yeah, West Bloomfield's got to account for people on that zone. They want to play the matchup zone, and what's happening is that guard's going over for that double team. You can not double team this team, they're going to punish you.
Talking about the two officials, Dante Favors, as you were mentioning to me a little bit earlier, he was brought in to work on a three-man crew, and we saw him here with a two. This is a three for Wright, it's none. And rebound was blocked by Mercer, blocked by Merritt. Rebound comes down to Parson. They'll kick it out, try to start the offense again.
I tell you, it's tough to score inside against West Bloomfield. They got to count people off right here.
Hood now. Woodruff finds him. Kicks it off in the corner to Wright. He steps around Mercer. Now kicks it back out to Williams. A long three for him is no good. It hits the support and out of bounds. Two officials, it's very tough, and now we're getting to the kind of level of basketball that you want to have three.
Well, because you can't see what's happening in that one third of the floor, and they're just not used to calling it. And we'll end with that. But right now, West Bloomfield is playing very solid basketball, kind of dictating the terms.
Warren Woodruff, Donnie Wall. They have a lot of guys out there that can handle a basketball, so it helps them break the pressure. Woodruff looking inside. Merritt's going to turn short jumper around and in.
Well, they don't have anybody who can match up with Merritt. If they can take him, get the ball inside to him, he's going to take it over the top all day.
4:30 to go in the first quarter. Southfield Lathrop won the first game. They'll take down the winner of this one. Wright will crank the three, and he back irons it. Kyle Brown with a rebound. All their guards can handle it, and they also are not afraid to go to the board. Fenner and Wall, that's a good matchup right there. Donnie Wall, four guys around him. Kyle Brown has a tray on the way.
Air ball. That's not in his, as you call it, his office.
Yeah, I'll tell you something. He was out of his office, but in his range the other night, he had four in their win over, big win over Farmington. A couple of 16-5 teams are going at it in the final. Fenner's three is on the way. That's not going to go anywhere. And Jason Mercer came down on the baseline.
You know, they got to settle Woodruff down. He's going, and they're getting the good matchup. And then when the ball's passed away from him, he's coming over and double teaming. He's got to stay back and take away that seam. He's the one breaking down on defense right now.
Kevin Fenner will inbound the basketball. 8-2 halfway through the first. Way outside, all right. Tyree Wright, a 6'2 senior, will handle the basketball. Donnie Wall looking them eye to eye. This is a tray on the way for Williams, and he gets it down. Curtis Williams picks up the first tray of the game, and it's an 8-2 West Bloomfield lead.
Well, they're stepping the big guy out, letting him fire it, trying to get things going.
Woodruff now against Wright. He's dropping in the post to Merritt. He loses the basketball. Here they come. Fenner's going to kick it away, and another three. That's on the way and on the board, and it's DeJuan Parsons' turn to tie the game.
Yeah, you got to check people up. You're going to let them come down, just put that up. They're going to bury it on you.
Warren Woodruff choked off on the baseline. Back up to Mercer. Back off to Woodruff. He's open there, but instead gives it back to Jason. His three is on the way. Talk about office time. That was almost tipped in by Merritt. He's going to chase it down in the corner, go inside to Brown. It was tipped away. Woodruff finds it, throws it up, and let's see what they're going to call. They're going to stay there.
Yeah, no,
nope, they're going to go the other way. Yep.
He dipped on him, they call it.
So Warren Woodruff will pick up his first foul. That is the first West Bloomfield foul in the basketball game. We are tied at 8. Couple of threes, one by Curtis Williams, one by Quan Parson, has tied this game.
West Bloomfield brought Green in the ball game. That hurts him a little bit on that backside rebound, and we'll see how that matchup goes.
Cross court it goes to Tyree Wright. Penetrates, has the shot blocked by Merritt in the hands of Jason Mercer. Tommy Green, baseline drive, and he has that shot rejected from behind. That was Cecil Hood's block. And now we're going to get a quick substitution for Detroit Central, and that'll be the first look at Reginald Noble, one of the four mainstays on the bench, or off the bench, if you will.
Yeah, Green is an excellent penetrator, and he gets that ball, and that's going to get that down.
Mercer can't get it. Merritt does, tries to go back up, and as it knocked out of bounds off of him, they looked right back at Alvin Strong.
You can see the athleticism of Mercer on that, though. He got up in the air and get himself twisted around, got that basketball, did a good job.
2.5 to go in the first, tied at 8. Bloomfield scored the first This is another tray. It's on the board again. This time it's the second one for Curtis Williams, and it's an 11-8 basketball game.
You got to know where everybody is on that floor because they'll all put it up. Good shooting ball club.
Merritt, a three for Woodruff. It's no good. Rebound Tommy Green back up, and he had that one rejected by Noble. Here they're coming on the break. Cecil Hood up and down.
Well, Cecil Hood is a climber, I'll tell you. He gets up with the best of them, and he shows you why he's as tough as he is. Defense is getting a little tough right now.
11 straight points for the Central Trailblazers, and right now Larry Moore wants a 30-second timeout with 1:51 to go. West Bloomfield had it their way for a while, and then the three-point shooting of Williams and Parson, and then the jam by Cecil Hood got this crowd going on this side of the floor.
Well, Central shoots the ball real well right here, and you can see the jam right here by Horn. I mean, he is Hood, he gets up there. I mean, he takes it all the way. But what's happening, Jim, is that Central really doesn't have an inside game. And so they're just letting it fly from the perimeter and crashing the board, and then pushing the issue, trying to beat the big men down the floor on offense. And you see right now West Bloomfield makes another change.
Yeah, Mike Pulaski's coming in, number 34. I don't know that that's Pulaski. That is Mike Pulaski.
Well, West Bloomfield's perimeter shooting has been just horrendous. I mean, they have.
It's going to be Merritt knocking his man to the floor. First one on Merritt.
Yeah, he's got to keep his composure down here. You can see they get hooked up right here, and he comes back to the basketball. Yeah, he did.
He moved that right arm and sent it down.
He hooked him.
Williams off the baseline. He can't get it to go. Ball kept alive. Hood will put it back up. Blocked by Merritt. Two quick ones on John. He got bodied. That's exactly what we talked about. They don't want to see it happen, but it's going to be two quick ones on Merritt, and that'll send Cecil Hood to the foul line. First free throws for Central.
Well, they're going to bring in the three-point shooter, Luke Filler, and try to get something going from the perimeter because they haven't scared the basket on the three-point shot.
So Luke will check in, and also Rico Harris will check in for Central. And that'll put Curtis Williams going to put his arm on ice. He's got a couple of threes. Second one is on the board as well. So Cecil Hood has 6. Williams has 6. Parson has 3, and that adds up to 15. Warren Woodruff long down to Mercer, to Donnie Wall. He tried to return it rather than take it to the hole. Warren Woodruff steals the pass. He gets it off to to John Merritt, and Merritt puts it up, puts it down. West Bloomfield got a break there.
Was not to be denied. He was coming. I always thought he'd make a good football player. I'll tell you, he was coming hard.
5-point game. The drive by Fenner. Tries to kick off in the corner.
Yeah, they got to keep the pressure on, though.
They go up against Merritt. Offensive foul.
Charge.
Well, I'll tell you something. Merritt stood his ground that time. And
boy, if that would have been the third, would have been critical.
Fenner's going to pick up the foul. Here it comes.
Yeah, he gets right here, and he's set up real solid, and he just stays there. He doesn't. Yeah, that's a charge. Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about.
No question. Woodruff quickly ahead to Filler. He's going to have to run it down on the sideline without moving that pivot foot. Loops it off to Tommy Green, finds a little bit of a seam, tosses it in the middle of Merritt. Well, he bumped into Filler, and down went the Central player. And Merritt picks up another basket, and they need him in there. He's got 8.
The key right now is they've got to put pressure on the basketball and not give them those three-point shots, because I think West Bloomfield can control everything else. They're going to run it down, take the last shot here, and walk away with that, at least the three-point lead.
Coming up on 12 seconds now.
I gotta believe Cecil's going to get the go.
He's on the far side of the court. Looking for a screen for him. Penetration by Noble. He'll throw it up off the glass. No. Merritt with another rebound. That's his 5th, 4th of the basketball game. And so, after the West Bloomfield Lakers took an 8-2 lead, the Central Blazers run off 13 of the game's next 17 points and have themselves a 3-point lead after one from WB.
Imagine what it feels like to be a hero every day. You can make a difference in the Coast Guard. Jobs that matter. Imagine what it feels like.
Join the Coast Guard or the Coast Guard Reserve. Stop drugs. Save lives. Protect the environment. Call toll-free 1-877-NOW-USCG.
Coast Guard. Jobs that matter.
This is good hustle on the part of Jonathan Merritt right here. You can see the penetration come from Green, and he gets the ball over. Merritt takes it away, stays with it. Very, very athletic, and I think that's one of the keys to his success is that he moves extremely well for his size.
Wall and Woodruff, Filler, Green, and Merritt all in there right now. This is a three. It's on the way, and it's a weak side rebound. Warren Woodruff has it, throws it ahead to Tommy Green. He'll catch up with it, but he tries to save it, but he went out of bounds and didn't avoid the West Bloomfield camera guy, or the actually.
That's the one you got to lay up a little higher and let it lob and sit down on you, kind of like throwing that pitching wedge into the green. You want it to almost back up a little bit.
Fifth turnover of the basketball game. Kevin Fenn or Rico Harris are out there. Cecil Hood will always be out there. Williams and Parson had a little bit of a blow. They come back in the game. Front iron miss. Rebound Williams. Then he puts it back up. Parson, that is. And that's 5 for Parson, 6 for Williams, and 6 for Hood. That's their scoring, and it's a 5-point game. Donnie Wall penetrates off the glass, rolls it in.
Yeah, he does a good job of that, knowing where people are. He's got good vision, great penetration, knowing what he had to do.
Want you folks to know, write it down. First game, Frank did not mention dribble or pass penetration once.
Yes, I did. I talked about pass penetration.
All right.
Well, neither team did it, I'll tell you that. That was a shootout. What did we have? How many threes?
About 30. Look out, T.
He lost it. Yeah, we had over 30 three-point shots. There isn't going to be a lot of dribble penetration. I didn't have to mention
That's
it.
right.
And,
Shot
but right here, West Bloomfield is at its finest when they're getting penetration out of Donnie Wall, and then picking up whatever happens after that. They've got Mercer back in the ball game.
Merritt stays with 2 fouls, that is. But he also had 8 first quarter points.
He does so much out there defensively and rebounding wise.
Got inside again, going to throw it up. Well, I tell you, Wright was right there. Cecil Hood, Woodruff's going to cut him off, but that 360, actually it's got to be a 180, or he would have hurt himself. Cecil Hood with his second dunk, and he's got 8.
Once they penetrate, there's nobody back, and you can see Central just flying out of there.
Look at Hood on Woodruff. Tommy Green in the post, kicks it back out Woodruff. Tommy Green is not a shooter.
They got to reverse the ball, get something going the other way here.
They do the Wall inside the Merritt, but there are 2 guys waiting for him. He's going to force it. He's going to fill it. Can't do that with 2 guys on him.
You better get back. They're looking for numbers.
Hood, Merritt knocked it off of him. That one went off of Merritt and out of bounds. And now Kyle Brown will come back in for Tommy Green.
I'll tell you, Cecil Hood is he's the dunk king. There's no doubt about that. If they were having a little contest right here, he can do it with the best of them. Does he elevate?
30-second timeout coming from the Central side of things. Winner this one will take on Southfield Lathrop on Friday. That is, if you are watching this game. If you're watching this game on Friday, then hurry up and you'll see this one in a minute.
I tell you, they get a kick out, and he's got all kinds of time. And Woodruff's going to try to come from behind, but he brings that ball over. Can't get a piece of him. Does his 180 and takes it home.
Ooh, yeah.
That even got the West Bloomfield fans up. Everybody appreciates a nice, clean slam.
In the second quarter, we can like it. They can like it. Everybody can like it. A lot of folks staying around for this one.
A lot of talent out on that floor. A lot of future college players. It's time to stay around, check them out.
Biggest games of their high school careers. This one, and then the next one, and then the next one.
West Bloomfield back in that zone, but man, you can't let him sneak behind. He's just going to take it down on you.
Yep. Well, it makes it a 7-point game now. It's as big as it's been. Donnie Wall takes it way away. Woodruff. Tell you, Central's got those big, quick jumpers too. So even when guys like Green and Brown get the ball inside as well as they can jump, Woodruff, not a bad three-point shooter when he's open. They're not letting him be open. Donnie Wall penetrates back to Woodruff. Good catch. Merritt's going to take it off the glass. No, rebound comes down to Williams. Almost to us. Tyree Wright's got it. Donnie Wall in front of him. Carson, Williams. No, on the tray. Cecil Hood took the ball out of bounds with him, and West Bloomfield gets the basketball.
Yeah, West Bloomfield's a little befuddled on offense down here. They're not sure what they want to do. They got to get the ball to Merritt in a little better position down there, or they got to clear some things out and let Donnie Wall penetrate.
Some of the Henry Ford guys have come out to watch this basketball game, and I'll tell you something. Now we're going to get a timeout for West Bloomfield, but the Henry Ford guys are coming out of the locker room, and I'll tell you, they played themselves a great basketball game. It was one of the great games we've seen all season long. Two teams are shooting it out. Let's remind you that it is still Rocker season, and it's a live matchup next on March the 16th at 7:05 when the Milwaukee Wave come to town. Mark Wilson, Greg Brady, Rob Otto, Eric Hess, and all the cast will bring you the exciting games from the CompuWare Sports Arena live on Comcast 25. And we'll remind you folks that if you happen to be watching this game on Sunday at 5 o'clock, that right after this game between Detroit Central and West Bloomfield, you'll see a replay of the Rockers and the Milwaukee Wave if you are so interested.
Well, West Bloomfield's got to make some adjustments here. You can see him hustle the ball, almost saves it, but West Bloomfield's got to make some adjustments on defense. I think that they're just not putting enough pressure on the basketball. If you got it in the passer's face, he can't throw that lob pass. You've got to go, and you cannot let people dictate what's going to happen out there.
Starting unit is back out intact.
They got numbers.
Mercer, Wall, closing off those passing lanes, and they picked it off that time. Curtis Williams comes up with a steal. 7th WB turnover.
Yeah, Central does a great job of getting in the passing lanes, but this is where you can't let them have that kind of freedom. You've got to get out on the ball and make it happen. They're just too soft on defense.
Tyree Wright's got it, looking inside. Going in the corner, baseline drive, reverse off the glass. Pretty basket by Kwan Parson. It's a 9-point lead. And it's an 8 to 2 quarter.
I'll tell you, it's about to get bleeding time too, because West Bloomfield's losing their confidence out here. They're not sure what they want to do on offense, and Central's defense just smothering them.
Back out in the middle of Donnie Wall. Mobile out on him. Throw a lot of folks at Donnie Wall inside the Mercer over his back, but no call. And here they come to try to make the lead double figures.
Now they've got to get some dribble penetration.
Tyree Wright will handle it outside.
They even get Cecil Hood out of the ball game, give him a little rest.
Wright, good look inside of Parson. He won't get that one to go. Little bodies are moving all over the place. Short jumper no on that way and on that side. And Kyle Brown comes down with it to Donnie Wall.
Yeah, you got to clear things out and give some penetration.
Hood's coming back. Merritt's trying to get it inside. Got that soft roll and that soft touch.
Well, you get him in a position where he can do something. He's got the movement. He has the agility. He can get it down. But you got to get pressure on the ball right now. Don't let them just walk that thing up.
23 to 16, back inside. They go in, they go out. Long gun right side, that's a tray. Another three it does, tries to go back up and has a three-pointer by Curtis Williams. His third, he's got 9, and the lead is 10.
Curtis Williams is 6'4" senior. He gets down there and he sets up. He knows what he's looking for. You look at his body style and you think that he's, going to go inside and set you up. he sits outside and just buries that three.
8-pointer off the Merritt follow. He's going to try another one and almost got that one. Mercer weak side with the rebound. Smart idea to wait. Kyle Brown, Warren Woodruff looking for a little space inside. He walked, but they're going to call the foul that facilitated the walk. Dante Favor says no. Foul's going to go on Tyree Wright. That's going to be 2 on 3. And now 3 will come out for West Bloomfield and 4 comes in.
But that's good dribble penetration. Again, that's what they've got to settle down to. Pick up the pressure on defense, attack them on offense with the dribble.
Rico Harris and Cecil Hood come back in the basketball game. Let's see what Merritt's going to do this time. He won't get that one to go. Woodruff tries to keep it alive, but Reginald Mobile comes down with it for the Trailblazers. 8-point lead with 1:50 to go in the first half. We'll have the stats and give you an idea of where we're going and where we might go momentarily. Fenner will handle it up top and out of Hood. A couple of exciting dunks in his moments on the floor.
Well, they're going to work him back again, slide him down the middle. They've got him in position.
Harris, Williams, I should say, and I tell you, Curtis Williams saw a little bit of a space. No one was going to get in his way.
Yeah, Curtis Williams is a nice player. He's, got a lot of tools.
They're going to reach on Fenner. That'll be a couple on Kevin. 15 foul now on Central. 10-point lead, 1:14 to go, third quarter.
Well, we're chasing to see if anybody's going to get in the bonus before halftime again.
See, if there's some penetration, there might be some fouls.
That's it. Right now, clear them out. Get them out of there. That's it.
Donnie Wall, Brown, Mercer, way outside. Got a little bit of space. Now kicks it out to Donnie. They're not going to get him in. There's the inside pass that they were looking for.
Yeah, you get him in the ball. That's excellent penetration. That's where he can take care of business.
And Merritt's got 14, and the rest of the team has 6.
They're going to play last shot, I believe, right here. They're just going to set things up, bring him out, take the last shot, go in either 8 up or more.
30 seconds to go. They led it by 3. Runs a 13-0 and 11-4. All the way through. Jason Mercer with a block, the tip. They're going to be able to do something with it. They fall down. Donnie Wall's got it. Picks it back up. Throws it toward the out-of-bounds line. Rico Harris has it. 10 seconds to go. And the Blazers get a chance to try it again. It's Williams in his office. Throws it off the glass. No, Woodruff has it. He'll throw it up. It'll count if it goes. It's wide to the right-hand side. Warren Woodruff looking for a foul, but not getting it, and so the Detroit Central Trailblazers kind of turning up the heat at halftime with our score. From West Bloomfield, the Blazers 28, West Bloomfield Lakers 20. We'll be back, take a look at the scores, at the stats, and also our first half discussion in just a moment.
I need to go party. Dad!
Yeah.
I forgot. Dad!
You, mister, need to go to bed right now. What is it?
I love you.
I love you too. Family. Isn't it about time? Hey, if you need anything, I'll write down a hole, okay? And I love you too, pal. From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Night.
They won't leave you for someone younger. They won't notice you've gained weight. They won't fire you. They won't talk about you behind your back. All they'll ever do is love you. Find the love of your life. Visit Petfinder at aspca.org.
It is the chef and the coach who was turned into the social secretary here at West Bloomfield High School. some days he comes back here and he has to pass out cards for people to know that he worked here. And other times people just are so attracted to you. And the weird part is that you don't owe him any money.
I told you I was going to cancel the second game just so I could visit with everybody.
I just told Frank off the air that he ought to open up a hospitality suite when he comes back here and just visit with everybody after the game.
That's right.
Anyway, let's take we'll look at the stats first, and we can graphically tell everybody, Frank, that I'll tell you the Trailblazers did themselves justice in the second quarter as they were getting the ball inside and outside. As good as their offense was, West Bloomfield did a lot of standing around.
Yeah, West Bloomfield defensively hasn't figured out a rhythm, and they're allowing Central to just do what they want to do. And you let people just pass the ball where they want to pass it, they're eventually going to, pick you apart. And what they've got to do is pick up the pressure on defense, go after them, dog them.
And speaking of guys who have played some exceptional basketball games, that's Jared Stevens of Penn Central, of Penn State.
Michigan State.
Michigan State, I should say. Jared Stevens. Yeah, now I'm thinking of
his
Dwayne.
brother.
Yep.
That's Dwayne right there.
Yeah.
Dwayne played at Michigan State. He's assistant at Marquette. And I think right behind him is Marquette's head coach. Hiding over there somewhere.
Yeah, Tom Crean.
Yes.
Is his name. And one of the guys who's being mentioned for maybe taking over for Brian Ellerby. By the way, if any of the folks at Michigan would like, Frank is listed.
No.
Just want to be a golf coach in the East somewhere. Okay.
I think being golf coach at Yale, Harvard, or Princeton would be the perfect.
This is a shaft fact. You can or cannot. You can take it for what it's worth. But both teams come in here with obviously district final wins. Both of them were by 72 to 54 counts. West Bloomfield beating a very good Farmington team, and Central beat Pershing. I goofed.
Yes.
Central beat Pershing. They did not beat Northville. Henry Ford beat Northville. It was a shaft flub on that one. But
Central had a little letdown after losing to Redford, and they went in and dropped the game to Catholic Central. But they've got back on focus right now, and they're just such a quick team and so athletic. And as you said, even when you get the penetration, the smaller people can go up and definitely threaten your shot, put some pressure on you.
Scoring in the first quarter and the second quarter, too, we'll add them together. Cecil Hood had 10 points, including a couple of dunks that got the crowd into it. Curtis Williams had 3 threes. His 11 points included those tray of trays. And Juan Parson had a total of 7 points, and those were all that scored for Central. The other key, Frank, is the fact that Jason Mercer had 3, Warren Woodruff had 1, Donnie Wall had 2, Jonathan Merritt had 14 points, and now we're going to get a steal, and dunk number 3 is coming up. Cecil Hood.
That's not the guy you want to get the steal in the open floor because you know he's going to embarrass you.
Bloomfield turned it 5 of their 8 times in the second quarter. Merritt back out to Kyle Brown. It's on the way and on the board. Kyle Brown could be their secret weapon, but he had 4 threes on his 16-point performance against Farmington in the district final.
It just surprises me. Central comes out with a zone defense and opens it up for the 3 right away. And get another turnover right here, and they've got numbers.
Actually, that was Tommy Green who's going to get, nope, not going to get that one. John Merritt gets it down.
And this is a situation where you might overcoach yourself. There's no reason to change what they were doing defensively. West Bloomfield's coming out with man-to-man, going to check them up, make them do something.
In spite of what I just said, Kyle Brown still did have 4 threes in the district semis. But Tommy Green put one down from 3-point range, cut the lead to 5, and actually cut the lead to 7. And then the 2 by Merritt makes it a 5-point game. Just a minute and 10 seconds into the third quarter.
I'll tell you, there's been a lot of action right out the gate here with Central getting the steal, but West Bloomfield's come back, played solid basketball, changed what they're doing defensively.
Alley-oop to Hood, and was over.
Now there's the difference, Jim. They had pressure on the passer. The passer can't throw that perfect pass, and that's what's happened. West Bloomfield's made a good adjustment at halftime.
Woodruff, Wall. You know, interesting, they're starting, Mercer's not in there to start the second half. Merritt is on fire.
Well, they've come with the zone, and they look for him inside. He's had one, and then he had or two, and then he had a kick out for the three. He's been involved in everything. That's over the back. Sure is.
Juan Parson picks up his second. West Bloomfield, after the dunk by Cecil Hood, has ripped off the last 7 to make it a 3-point in this game of adjustments. It's now time for Ronde Taliaferro and the Detroit Central Trailblazers to make some adjustments, and no question about it. You know, Larry Moore's coached in the PSL. He knows this team, and I'm sure he had some spies out there trying to help him out a little bit on this Central basketball team.
Well, the thing is, you got to be asking yourself, if you're the Central coaching staff, why did we come out and go to a zone defense? We were playing man-to-man. We were putting all kinds of pressure on him. We were picking it up, making it happen. I'm sure that's what he just did, is switch back to that man. There's no reason for them to zone up. And the toughest thing to do in a zone, if you're the smaller team, is to control the big guy inside. Contrary to what people think, this is a great, you know, he gets the steal, comes up the floor, and just, he buys it, just beautiful.
That's their basket that sent West Bloomfield on a 7-0 run.
Yeah, now they're back to man-to-man defense.
Interesting start of the second half. Jason Mercer's on the bench. Tommy Green, Kyle Brown in the contest. Donnie Wall off the glass. Oh, couldn't get it to go. Cecil Hood with a rebound.
Got to stay with that penetration right there. West Bloomfield's made all the right adjustments. Now they got to just do a good job on defense. One thing you have is you can check up because you got Merritt to protect you from behind.
Same 5 that started the game start the second half. Tyree Wright, Kevin Fenner, Cecil Hood, Curtis Williams. Juan Parson throws it back out to Tyree. Did not score in the first half. The drive on, there's that one-on-one, and boy, no call there. Baseline drive, and the attempted dunk by Parson, no, but the follow in the field by Hood. Cecil Hood has 14, and the lead's back up to 5.
Hey, you got to clear things out, get some dribble penetration, bring it around. They're not going with you. Yeah, Central's conscious of Wall penetrating, and when he has the ball, they pack everybody in.
It's one of these games, Frank, where they're going to let Merritt beat them. I mean, let Merritt score and just try to take the scoring away from everybody else, or is that just the way it looks right now?
Well, they're going to go, they're adjusting for Merritt. They realize that he's the only thing that can beat them. And in their adjustment, West Bloomfield's been patient, being able to get involved. But the same thing's happening in reverse. Central's not putting any pressure on the passer, and it's like not putting pressure on the quarterback. He's going to pick you apart. See the quickness of Kyle Brown. He got his hands on the ball. And West Bloomfield's right back in this. They're a one-possession game.
That one is going to be tipped away in the middle of Merritt, and he'll send Kyle Brown on his way, and he'll lay it up and lay it in and make it a one-point game. Kyle Brown scores.
I tell you, Wright just grabbed the hold of Donnie Wall. He pulled his shirt, or Woodruff, one of the two, got away with it.
11-2 run right now has brought him to within 1. Williams, the penetration. Well, he threw that off awful soft. Merritt trying to block the follow by Hood.
Yeah, they let him have 2 putbacks. You got to get him off the board. Who's ever guarding him's got to check him out.
Merritt has half of the West Bloomfield field goal attempts in this basketball game. He's 10 out of 15. He's double teamed. Kyle Brown, Tommy Green's got a little space. Back to Kyle to Trey. On the way. In and out, no. Rebound Williams.
But that's good in-out basketball, and West Bloomfield's made the adjustments they have to do, and they're putting some good pressure on defensively. Central's having some problems here.
It's about the 3-minute mark of the third quarter. Bloomfield has found a way.
Put his hands on him.
Donnie Wall will pick up the foul. That'll be the first on Wall, and just the 4th team foul in the entire game. First in the second half.
Yeah, what he did, he broke down on it.
It does, tries to go back up, and as it
his cushion got tight and then pushed off.
Luke Filler about ready to check into the basketball game.
We got to get Luke Filler over in a position where if they collapse, he's able to get that three-point shot away.
Hood now against Kyle Brown, against Tommy Green, I should say, and that isn't even Hood. That is Tyree Wright, and he side irons it to Mercer. Or
whoa, look at the grab.
Merritt. Yep, got a call. Dante, we saw that one.
Yeah, you got to call that. They're doing a lot of grabbing when they're getting out on the break. You got to make that call.
Wall will have it against Wright. Merritt's trying to get some position underneath. Woodruff's three on the way on the board. Warren Woodruff. And Frank, for the life of me, I don't know why they call him Showtime, because he is as quiet a guy and as effective a guy as you could possibly have in a basketball team.
Well, probably because when it's time to show up, he does it.
Showtime without all the noise. Maybe he'd be one of the other cable channels. That is going to be foul going the other way on Hood. No, coming back this way.
I think Kyle Brown ran over Hood.
Check the foul, as you mentioned. It's going to be on Kyle Brown.
Yeah, Kyle's going to come out right now. Kyle came off that screen. They set the screen inside. He did the right thing. You got to run that screen down. They've been doing a little bit.
It's on Merritt.
Oh, wow.
I think they were lobbying for somebody else to get the foul. Cecil Hood runs down. Well, that'll count. Yep, Philly got over there a little bit too late that time. Going to pick up his first foul. The basket will count. The lead will go to 2 with 2:02 to go, and Cecil Hood will go to the line. He's got 18.
Well, Filler turns his shoulder right here. He's set up okay, but then when he turns, that becomes his foul. He can't turn that body into him.
Got the three-point play. He leaves the line with 19.
They haven't put the points up on the board. There they go.
There we go. A 3-point Central lead. Now Jason Mercer will check in. We'll see if they're going to rest Merritt for a while now. When Merritt has not left the floor, and he has been outstanding.
I'll tell you, it gets tough right now because he's so much inside and causes so many things.
Filler loses the ball off of his foot. Picked up by Parson. He tries the alley-oop. They throw it back outside. Woodruff for the rebound. He gets through a bunch. Warren Woodruff penetrates. Now off to Tommy Green. Green will start his drive and get pushed and grabbed from behind by Kevin Fenner. That's going to be 3 on Kevin Fenner.
A good job with the penetration. I think if they keep taking the ball after them, they'll get Central a little bit of foul trouble on that perimeter. Good job. West Bloomfield's made a lot of nice adjustments. Right here, they need a bucket.
Officially, it's his second foul. That's the second team foul on Central. Try to force it inside, and look out. Here comes Noble. Noble drives. Filler cut him off. Blocked from behind, but off the weak side. They couldn't get anything there. But other than a West Bloomfield foul on the follow by Rico Harris. Rico to the line. And Luke Filler will pick up his second foul. Check it. Warren Woodruff will pick up his second foul.
You're going to get penetration right here, and you can see Filler shadows him. And, well, I don't know how they call it. That's a bad call. He just didn't touch it. Oh, he gets it there. I'm sorry. I thought they called it early, came back, then he gets it.
Harris at the line, first time tonight. First time that somebody other than Cecil Hood is into the line. Not only their 4th free throw attempt. This is number 5 in the FTA department, and he gets his first point. Lead is back to 4. Minute and a half to go, third quarter. Bloomfield has at least solved the riddle for a few minutes. They tied the game at 34. Johnny Wall penetrating, looking for a white shirt. Back out to Tommy Green. The tray on the way, a little bit off. Filler tries to keep it alive, and look out. Hood was leaking out that time. They didn't see him. It goes down to Parson. He can't get it to go. Everybody's touching the basketball. Noble's got it now. The baseline drive. Mercer looked like he fouled him, and Filler reached in, and we'll see if it's going to be a Luke foul. If it is on Luke, it'll be his second.
That's one of those where you let so much go, and then all of a sudden you blow the whistle and stop it. That's a tough call in there. Okay, you get right here, and you know there's a lot of pressure and a lot of collisions, and he got him pretty good right there. No call.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
got him real good right there too.
Mercer should have gotten a foul. Williams goes to the line for the first time.
Well, West Bloomfield, they're trying to survive to get into that 4th quarter with Merritt on the bench. may have to get them back out of the ball game.
Well, they tied the game, and West Bloomfield tied the game, but now Central scored the last 4 and a minute to go in the third quarter. Woodruff trying to get away from Cecil Hood pressure. Gets it over the timeline just in time. Filler tried to force it inside, but trying to step around Jason Mercer was Curtis Williams, who picked up his first foul.
Yeah, Central does a lot of grabbing in there. They get away with a lot, and they're aggressive on defense, and they're going to do it until they get it called.
Without a headband this time, Kyle Flansbaum will check into the basketball game.
That's to give the ball handling, give Donnie Wall a rest.
He's been in there the whole game as well. They throw that one over toward Barry, but Barry, that chair doesn't move as fast as it used to. 6-point game. It was tied a few moments ago. Flansbaum looking inside. Tries to pressure it. Kicks it literally back over to Warren Woodruff. He'll drive, throw it up off the glass. No. Mercer tries to get the rebound. Filler fights for his right to get the basketball, but he ends up fouling Kawan Parson, and Filler will pick up his third foul.
That's a big foul, because from now on, Central's going to go to the line the rest of the ball game.
Kevin Fenner now will check back in. Rico Harris will sit a spell. This has to hurt WB in the fact that they came all the way back. They had an 8-5 lead. That was their last lead. They had an 8-2 lead at one point of the basketball game. 17 seconds to go. Cecil Hood, Warren Woodruff. Warren will sleep well tonight. He's got a test tomorrow. Fenner through. Woodruff got a hand on it, but Warren's going to pick up his third. A little bit of inconsistency in what they're calling, because there might have been one a little bit further out. He's got 3. Merritt's
it doesn't matter,
got 3.
they're going to go to the line, but right here, and
got him on the elbow.
Yeah, you got him. Picked it up.
So now Kevin Fenner will try to get on the scoreboard. First one is on the board. Bloomfield is 2 out of 3 at the line. Central, on the other hand, 7 out of 8 from the free throw line.
Central's weathered the West Bloomfield push. West Bloomfield's got to come back with their best people and try to make this happen.
Missed that one. They need to get it going, and they're not going to be able to get a shot away. And so, after tying the game at 34-34, Detroit Central runs off the last 7 points of the third quarter. And so we take it to the fourth quarter with the Trailblazers leading the Lakers 41-34.
The hoop belongs to me. I've been watching Michael all my life. This kid's all about the game. He's got focus. He makes the big plays. You can't see him. He's lightning. He takes the shot. Yes! Rejected! Mom! And the crowd goes wild. Mom! 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 You fouled me! You want it? Give me the ball.
Family. Isn't it about time? From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Well, Kyle Brown does a good job, and they got to get his quickness back in the ball game. He's the one person that can match what Central can do. And get Kyle over on the sidelines yet.
Well, it may be the OAA against the PSL. Almost sounds like, as Barry mentioned, the Pacific Division battle between the Lakers and the Trailblazers. Rasheed Wallace isn't here, so we don't have to worry about technical fouls. Got that one inside the Hood. Woodruff's got it all over him, and that's going to be 4 on Warren Woodruff. I think that's the first time he's fouled Hood tonight. The other fouls have come on other players.
Yeah, he's been helping out. Right there, Hood got a good position on him, posting him down low. And he can elevate so quickly, he puts you at a great disadvantage in a hurry.
First one is on the way. It's in and out. They keep it alive. Floyd's got it. Now nobody has it. Alternate possession will go to West Bloomfield if it is a tie-up, and that's indeed what the call will be.
Well, they got Merritt back in the ball game.
Mercer is out.
Yeah, I'd like to see Kyle Brown come back in. Does a lot of positive things because he can play the good defense. They're going to have to make some things here. I think they're going to ride Woodruff right to the end and see what happens. Be interesting to see who he picks up on defense.
Well, they got to do something by getting the ball over the timeline. Donnie Wall back in to start the fourth quarter. Threw that one a little bit short of Merritt, right in the hands of Curtis Williams. This is a three deep out of the corner, and it's a back iron miss. It went up over the top. We're getting a push off underneath it, maybe on Donnie Wall. Yep, Donnie Wall is going to pick up his second foul.
I'll tell you, West Bloomfield self-destructing right now down at this end. They keep putting him at the line.
Cecil Hood's been everything we've anticipated that he would be.
But, you know, I'm impressed with him because he doesn't force the issue. You know, with all the newsprint on him and everything else, he just does a good job of taking what they give him.
Because he's working for a living. No. Donnie Wall will fade off the baseline, in and out. No, Filler almost picked up a foul there. Boy,
Yeah,
West Bloomfield caught a break.
That's a senseless foul. He comes in there, he can't do anything but foul. And, you know, he wraps it, gets away with it, but...
No, look, he got a hold of Woodruff's shirt.
Yeah, they've been holding all day. That's... they've been getting away with murder on the holds.
And Woodruff is going to have to change his number to 22 and a half. Into Merritt. Baseliner. Oh, cute, beautiful, terrific. First 2 points of the fourth quarter. He had 6 in the third. He had 6 in the second, and he had 4 baskets that
He changes the game because he also can police that middle on defense. And, you know, Woodruff's out here playing tough defense, and he's got one more to go.
Still got Hood. Oh, my. Oh, he bailed him out that time.
They got numbers.
Merritt, Green, Merritt, waits. Oh, he lost it. Picks it back up behind him. Too many passes. A 3-second call. Oh, my.
Yeah. Yeah, they had to put the ball up. That's a tough one because they hustled, took advantage of it, got things going.
One too many passes that time.
Yeah.
Now they'll bring Kevin Fenner back in the game, so it's Fenner and Williams.
Well, Cecil Hood's grabbing his elbow. He did his spin move in there, got knocked to the ground. Would like to hit a foul.
Get the starting lineup back in the game with the exception of Tyree Wright. This spot's being taken by Reginald Noble. This is a three. Williams wide open. Oh my, we're back to the second quarter again.
I tell you, he knows where to go, right? He sets up off that penetration and he makes that open shot.
A 1-2 punch of Hood and Williams have combined now for 35 of their 44 points. This is a tray, it's on the way, and Woodruff can't get that one to go, and now we're going to get a travel call as Williams will do the old post-foul push-up. That's the second foul on Curtis. Only 6 fouls of the...
There was no foul on that.
I'm sorry.
Steps.
The post-turnover push-up. Gives me a chance to say, though, only 7 fouls in the basketball game on Central.
Well, they hustle, and they're getting away with absolute murder on grabbing shirts and holding. And, you know, you do it till they call it.
Inside the 6-minute mark, fourth quarter, 8-point basketball game. West Bloomfield's been down for a while.
Yeah, they tied it up at 34, and then Central made a nice run on them.
10-2 so far.
They got to get something going right here.
Tommy Green, Merritt will throw it up softly. No, look out. Got over the back. Filler with the steal. Try to force it inside. Merritt's got it. He'll put it up. No. Filler tries to keep it alive. Warren Woodruff runs it down, and he got a foot on the line. Foot on the sideline that time.
Yeah, Merritt wants a call in there. He feels he's getting bumped, and
yeah, it seems like it seemed like there've been a lot of no calls as well as calls on both sides.
No, it's tough with 2 officials with 2 active teams out there, but I still, you know, and I don't complain too often, but the grabbing of the shirt that they've been getting away with, I mean, it's not a one-timer. I mean, that's every time you look up, they've got a hold of somebody's shirt.
Fenner will back it away now. Take a little bit of the air out of it for a while. In the post now. Williams backs his way down. Good job. Throws it right in the hands of Donnie Wall. Here comes Tommy Green. It does. Tries to go back up and has a 3. Going to be on Kyle Brown.
Yeah, Kyle's going to come out right now. Kyle came off that screen. They set the screen inside. He did the right thing. You got to run that screen down. They've been doing a little
Merritt. It's on Merritt.
Oh, wow.
I think they were lobbing for somebody else to get the foul. Cecil Hood runs down. Well, that'll count. Yep, Filler got over there a little bit too late that time. Going to pick up his first foul. The basket will count. The lead will go to 2 with 2:02 to go, and Cecil Hood will go to the line. He's got 18.
Well, Filler turns his shoulder right here. He's set up okay, but then when he turns, that becomes his foul. He can't turn that body into him.
Got the three-point play. He leaves the line with 19.
They put the points up on the board. There they go.
There we go. A 3-point Central lead. Now Jason Mercer will check in. We'll see if they're going to rest Merritt for a while now. When Merritt has not left the floor, and he has been outstanding.
I'll tell you, it gets tough right now because he's so much inside and causes so many things.
Filler loses the ball off of his foot. Picked up by Parson. He tries the alley-oop. They throw it back outside. Woodruff for the rebound. He gets through a bunch. Warren Woodruff penetrates. Now off to Tommy Green. Green will start his drive and get pushed and grabbed from behind by Kevin Fenner. That's going to be 3 on Kevin Fenner.
A good job with the penetration. I think if they keep taking the ball after them, they'll get Central a little bit of foul trouble on that perimeter. Good job. West Bloomfield's made a lot of nice adjustments. Right here, they need a bucket.
Officially, it's his second foul. That's the second team foul on Central. Try to force it inside, and look out. Here comes Noble. Noble drives. Filler cut him off. Blocked from behind, but off the weak side. They couldn't get anything there. But other than a West Bloomfield foul on the follow by Rico Harris. Rico to the line. And Luke Filler will pick up his second foul. Check it. Warren Woodruff will pick up his second foul.
You're going to get penetration right here, and you can see Filler shadows him. And, well, I don't know how they call it. That's a bad call. He just didn't touch it. Oh, he gets it there. I'm sorry. I thought they called it early, came back, then he gets it.
Harris at the line, first time tonight. First time that somebody other than Cecil Hood has been to the line. Now only their 4th free throw attempt. This is number 5 in the FTA department, and he gets his first point. Lead is back to 4. Minute and a half to go, third quarter. Bloomfield has at least solved the riddle for a few minutes. They tied the game at 34. Johnny Wall penetrating, looking for a white shirt. Back out to Tommy Green. The tray on the way, a little bit off. Filler tries to keep it alive, and look out. Hood was leaking out that time. They didn't see him. It goes down to Parson. He can't get it to go. Everybody's touching the basketball. Noble's got it now. The baseline drive. Mercer looked like he fouled him, and Filler reached in, and we'll see if it's going to be a Luke foul. If it is on Luke, it'll be his second.
That's one of those where you let so much go, and then all of a sudden you blow the whistle and stop it. That's a tough call in there. Okay, you get right here, and you know there's a lot of pressure and a lot of collisions, and he got him pretty good right there. No call.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
got him real good right there too.
Mercer should have gotten the foul. Williams goes to the line for the first time.
Well, West Bloomfield, they're trying to survive to get into that 4th quarter with Merritt on the bench. May have to get him back out of the ball game.
Well, they tied the game, and West Bloomfield tied the game, but now Central scored the last 4 and a minute to go in the third quarter. Woodruff trying to get away from Cecil Hood pressure. Gets it over the timeline just in time. Filler tried to force it inside, but trying to step around Jason Mercer was Curtis Williams who picked up his first foul.
Yeah, Central does a lot of grabbing in there. They get away with a lot, and they're aggressive on defense, and they're going to do it until they get it called.
Without a headband this time, Kyle Flansbaum will check into the basketball game.
That's to give the ball handling, give Johnny Wall a rest.
He's been in there the whole game as well. They throw that one over toward Barry, but Barry, that chair doesn't move as fast as it used to. 6-point game. It was tied a few moments ago. Flansbaum looking inside. Tries to pressure it. Kicks it literally back over to Warren Woodruff. He'll drive, throw it up off the glass. No. Mercer tries to get the rebound. Filler fights for his right to get the basketball, but he ends up fouling Kawan Parson, and Filler will pick up his third foul.
That's a big foul, because from now on, Central's going to go to the line the rest of the ball game.
Kevin Fenner now will check back in. Rico Harris will sit a spell. This has to hurt WB in the fact that they came all the way back. They had an 8-5 lead. That was their last lead. They had an 8-2 lead at one point of the basketball game. 17 seconds to go. Cecil Hood, Warren Woodruff. Warren will sleep well tonight. He's got a test tomorrow. Fenner through. Woodruff got a hand on it, but Warren's going to pick up his third. A little bit of inconsistency in what they're calling, because there might have been one a little bit further out. He's got three. Merritt's
it doesn't
got
matter,
three.
they're going to go to the line, but right here, and
on the elbow.
Yeah, you got him. Picked it up.
So now Kevin Fenner will try to get on the scoreboard. First one is on the board. Bloomfield is 2 out of 3 at the line. Central, on the other hand, 7 out of 8 from the free throw line.
Central has weathered the, West Bloomfield push. West Bloomfield's got to come back with their best people and try to make this happen.
Missed that one. They need to get it going, and they're not going to be able to get a shot away. And so, after tying the game at 34-34, Detroit Central runs off the last 7 points of the third quarter. And so we take it to the fourth quarter with the Trailblazers leading the Lakers 41-34.
The hoop belongs to me. I've been watching Michael all my life. This kid's all about the game. He's got focus. He makes the big plays. You can't see him. He's lightning. He takes the shot. Yes! Rejected! Mom! And the crowd goes wild. Mom! Mom! You fouled me! You want it? Give me the ball.
Family. Isn't it about time? From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Well, Kyle Brown does a good job, and they got to get his quickness back in the ball game. He's the one person that can match what Central can do. And get Kyle over on the sidelines yet.
Well, it may be the OAA against the PSL. Almost sounds like, as Barry mentioned, the Pacific Division battle between the Lakers and the Trailblazers. Rasheed Wallace isn't here, so we don't have to worry about technical fouls. Got that one inside the Hood. Woodruff's got it all over him, and that's going to be 4 on Warren Woodruff. I think that's the first time he's fouled Hood tonight. The other fouls have come on other players.
Yeah, he's been helping out. Right there, Hood got a good position on him, posting him down low, and he can elevate so quickly. He puts you at a great disadvantage in a hurry.
First one is on the way. It's in and out. They keep it alive. Hood's got it. Now nobody has it. Alternate possession will go to West Bloomfield if it is a tie-up, and that's indeed what the call will be.
Well, they got Merritt back in the ball game.
Mercer is out.
Yeah, I'd like to see Kyle Brown come back in. Does a lot of positive things because he can play the good defense. They're going to have to make some things here. I think they're going to ride Woodruff right to the end and see what happens. Be interesting to see who he picks up on defense.
Well, they got to do something by getting the ball over the timeline. Donnie Wall back in to start the fourth quarter. Threw that one a little bit short of Merritt, right in the hands of Curtis Williams. This is a 3 deep out of the corner, and it's a back iron miss. It went up over the top. We're getting a push off underneath it, maybe on Donnie Wall. Yep, Donnie Wall is going to pick up his second foul.
I'll tell you, West Bloomfield's self-destructing right now down at this end. They keep putting him at the line. Cecil Hood's been everything we've anticipated that he would be. Well, I'm impressed with him because he doesn't force the issue. With all the newsprint on him and everything else, he just does a good job of taking what they give him.
Because he's working for a living. Donnie Wall will fade off the baseline, in and out. No, Filler almost picked up a foul there. Boy, West Bloomfield caught a break.
That's a senseless foul. He comes in there, he can't do anything but foul. and you know, he wraps it, gets away with it. But
no, because he got a hold of Woodruff's shirt.
yeah, they've been holding all day. That's they've been getting away with murder on the holds.
And Woodruff is going to have to change his number to 22 and a half. Into Merritt, baseliner. Oh, cute, beautiful, terrific. First 2 points of the fourth quarter. He had 6 in the third. He had 6 in the second, and he had 4 baskets. That
He changes the game because he also can police that middle on defense. And you know, Woodruff's out here playing tough defense, and he's got one more to go.
Still got Hood. Oh, my. Well, he bailed him out that time.
They got numbers.
Merritt, Green, Merritt, waits. Oh, he lost it. Picks it back up behind him. Too many passes.
3
a 3-second call. Oh, my.
Yeah. Yeah, they had to put the ball up. That's a tough one because they hustled, took advantage of it, got things going.
One too many passes that time.
Yeah.
Now they'll bring Kevin Fenner back in the game, so it's Fenner and Williams.
Well, Cecil Hood's grabbing his elbow. He did his spin move in there, got knocked to the ground. Would like to hit a foul.
Get the starting lineup back in the game with the exception of Tyree Wright. This spot's being taken by Reginald Noble. This is a 3. Williams wide open. Oh my, we're back to the second quarter again.
I tell you, he knows where to go, right? He sets up off that penetration and he makes that open shot.
A 1-2 punch of Hood and Williams have combined now for 35 of their 44 points. This is a tray, it's on the way, and Woodruff can't get that one to go, and now we're going to get a travel call as Williams will do the old post-foul push-up. That's the second foul on Curtis. Only 6 fouls.
There was no foul on that.
I'm sorry.
Steps.
The post-turnover push-up. Gives me a chance to say, though, only 7 fouls in the basketball game on Central.
Well, they hustle, and they're getting away with absolute murder on grabbing shirts and holding. And, you know, you do it till they call it.
Inside the 6-minute mark, fourth quarter, 8-point basketball game. West Bloomfield's been down for a while.
Yeah, they tied it up at 34, and then Central made a nice run on them.
10-2 so far.
Got to get something going right here.
Tommy Green, Merritt will throw it up softly. No, look out. Gone over the back. Filler with the steal. Try to force it inside. Merritt's got it. He'll put it up. No. Filler tries to keep it alive. Warren Woodruff runs it down, but he had a foot on the line. Foot on the sideline that time.
Yeah, Merritt wants a call in there. He feels he's getting bumped, and
yeah, it seems like there've been a lot of no calls as well as calls on both sides.
No, it's tough with 2 officials with 2 active teams out there, but I still, you know, and I don't complain too often, but the grabbing of the shirt that they've been getting away with, I mean, it's not a one-timer. I mean, that's every time you look up, they've got a hold of somebody's shirt.
Fenner will back it away now. Took a little bit of the air out of it for a while. In the post now. Williams backs his way down. Good job. Throws it right in the hands of Donnie Wall. Here comes Tommy Green. Settles himself, throws it up, and throws it down.
Good body control right there. He got the ball settled down, and you said it, Jim. He got himself in a position where he could score.
6-point game, 5 minutes to go. Regional semifinal from West Bloomfield. Cecil Hood against Warren Woodruff with 4 fouls. Filler goes over to try to take a charge, but all they're going to do is take a look at Cecil Hood's 19 points to the game.
Yeah, he just gets up in the air and hangs so well and does a good job getting it down.
Wall looking inside. Tommy Green grabbing in there on Merritt. He's got it now, and now they're going to finally call it. And it's either going to be on Williams.
That's a tough call because it takes the basket away from you, and you almost wish sometimes they could have the delayed call because he got great position right there and saved the bucket.
There are a lot of calls in basketball.
Well, Kyle Brown will make something happen on defense. He's quick, he can make it happen, and he'll get in some passing lanes.
See if they'll put him on Hood instead of Woodruff. Woodruff has the basketball, kicks it out to Green, wanted the three. Donnie Wall's going to fire it. He can't get it to go. Good job by Wright to come back for the game. Does, tries to go back up and has a three for basketball. Our starting point guard is in there now. The entire starting unit has returned for the Trailblazers.
Well, Central right here, they're going to spread people out and let Cecil Hood do his thing.
He does his thing, and I tell you, those rims like Cecil Hood a lot. He's got 21.
He's got that soft touch. They're just playing that isolation game with him in the middle. They're going to take a timeout, 10 points down. They've got to change some things here.
We'll take a second to very quickly remind you, and we'll do the Rockers, and then we will tell you about where we may or may not be. The Detroit Rockers season on Comcast continues with a live matchup on March 16th at 7:05. When the Milwaukee Wave come to town, join Mark Wilson, Greg Brady, Rob Otto, Eric Hess, and all the cast as they bring you the exciting games from the CompuWare Sports Arena live on Comcast Channel 25. And if March 16th is come and gone, and look at March 18th, 7 o'clock right here on Channel 25. Just a quick reminder for those of you who are wondering where we're going next. Well, maybe not to Disney World, but maybe U of D Mercy. If West Bloomfield or Southfield Lathrop come out of this region, or on the other side, in the B side, if Orchard Lake St. Mary's is able to handle Crockett in their district final, we will be at U of D Mercy for at least one and hopefully two basketball games on the 20th, and both of them will be seen on the 21st right here on Comcast Sports.
Well, right now you're going to see Central go, and they're going to nurse it. They're going to spread it out, and this would be a good time to switch Brown over to Hood.
Yeah, we're talking about that. Warren Woodruff is still in the game. Jason Mercer, Tommy Green, Kyle Brown, Donnie Wall. That's a three for Warren Woodruff. His second three for Showtime, and he has 7, and the lead is 7.
Oh, they're going to put Tommy on. Tommy Green's going to pick him up.
Wright's going to make Warren Woodruff work a little bit. Tommy Green with the steal. See if Hood's going to try to block it. He does, and did a good job of Jonathan Merritt with the follow and the big loud fill. It's a 5-point game.
I'll tell you, they come back quick. They took a timeout, made an adjustment defensively, paid off right away. Tommy Green's quick hands got the steal.
Williams with Merritt on him. Merritt's got 3 fouls. Filler's got 3. Woodruff has 4. Donnie Wall with a tip away from behind.
I think they've got their best defensive matchup right now, putting Green over there. You know, he's got those quick hands. He made things happen, got himself a steal, makes things feel good.
Double team. Woodruff with the steal. Woodruff for the pass, and he threw it right in the hands of Wright. Donnie Wall almost a steal from Williams. Williams going to pull up for the 3 off transition. No. Ball tipped off in the corner, and it'll be Central basketball.
I tell you, you can't get greedy. They had the steal, had things going, and well, you got to take care of business. You're 5 down, and you can get down there, make it a 3-point game in a hurry. Instead, they turn it over.
Back up to Hood. 5-point game, 2:40 to go, 4th quarter. West Bloomfield is in the double bonus right now. So it's 2 shots every time. Woodruff with the steal. Gets it ahead to Merritt. He's going to jam it home.
His turn. He's a little Showtime. Got it down to a 3-point ball game. And I'll tell you, West Bloomfield has turned up the burners on defense. Central hasn't had the answer for it.
They've run off the last 7, including the Woodruff 3 and a couple of Merritt dunks. Now it's back out to Williams. It's 4 out of 7 from 3-point range. And 4 out of 9. We're going to get a timeout.
Well, they got the West Bloomfield crowd back in this basketball game. They got to come over. Good adjustment on defense, and West Bloomfield has themselves right back in the game.
48 to 45, a 3-pointer with 2 to go in the 4th. I'll tell you something. Both teams, both coaches have got to be commended for making their adjustments. They have made their timeouts work.
Both games we've seen today, you know, the coaches have done a great job of making the adjustments, getting their team in the game, keeping them in position.
Well, one of the things, too, Frank, you talk about is this is where you've got to do what you do.
Okay, we come down, and here's the trail by, blocked by Hood. And you look up, here comes the big fella. He's just taking it way down.
The point I was going to make is the fact that you got to go out and do what you've done all season long and just do it better than you've done it ever before.
That's right.
You can't make changes. You can't go out and draft people or change your roster.
It's a concession when you go and start adjusting at this point.
Williams, dish off. Kyle Brown with the block, but a great power move to the basket like Juan Parson. Parson has 9. He's looking for 10, and Kyle Brown picks up his first foul.
Yeah, Parsons did a good job of keeping his composure and taking it up strong. And I like him to finish instead of wimp out on that. He does a good job of taking it home, getting it down.
We've talked about that all season with big guys. If they see the opportunity, grit the teeth, bite the bullet, and go hard to the hole.
Tommy Green and Cecil Hood are having a little discussion right here because Tommy Green's picked up the pressure on him, made him play the game.
It's 6 with 1:55 to go. Wood's got Warren Woodruff. Noble's doing a great job denying. Kyle Brown has his shot blocked. Woodruff with the rebound, got it back to Kyle. He'll throw it up off the glass and in. Great play by Woodruff to get it to Brown. And we've got a 4-point game with 1.5 minutes to go.
Great athleticism. They picked him up, had him sealed off, surprised him with the press. Didn't have anybody to get the ball to, had to take the timeout.
And we'll take this time out to thank the folks who have made it so possible for us to be here and given us all the information that we could possibly have. And that is Rondé Taliaferro, the 5th-year coach at Detroit Central, and their fine athletic director, Shaka Natambu. And we thank all the folks at Central for their help in giving us the knowledge. And also the folks at West Bloomfield, of course, Leon Douglas and Larry Moore and Dwayne Jones and Jill Aldrich and the great folks at WB. Always, if I may steal a phrase, Frank, this is always a great place, the WB. So it's been fun here, and hopefully we'll see you at. Hopefully we will. Here's Kyle Brown.
Here's Kyle Brown right now, and he does a good job. See, this is the athleticism of Woodruff, and then Brown. He said, "I'm going to take it right home. I'm going to challenge you." Does a good job, puts it down.
4-point basketball game. Key here is a long lead pass to Hood. Hood comes down with it, starts his drive to the basket. Now Williams for 3. He hits it. Oh my! Curtis Williams with his 4th 3 of the game. He's got 21. The lead is 7.
He did a great job right there.
Donnie Wall, Woodruff, the 3,
got a piece
partially
of it.
blocked.
That was a big block right there.
Huge block. Looked like it was Williams or Parson who got a hand on that one. Now a foul. They're
Got a kick.
to the
Got a
rest
kick.
of the way. Kickball. And again, we'll point out the discrepancy in the team fouls. The team fouls are 10 for West Bloomfield and 4 for Detroit Central.
You can't double and get somebody open. He's going to put him at the line. That's a good person to foul. That's hasn't been in the line much. You want to make him work, get him in line, see what you can do. But they're going to be shooting 2 the rest of the way.
Kyrie right at the line. 7-point game with 1 minute to go. Luke Filler about ready to check. I think that's got that one to go, but it's an 8-point game. Yeah, Luke's back in the game now.
They're going to try to get Luke that 3-point shot.
And Rico Harris.
Might play offense, defense right here. Get Filler the 3. Have Green ready, come right back in, play defense.
3-possession game if it goes. It is on the way, and it is not on the board. Now the orange stops the blue, and everybody stopped. Filler loses control of the ball. Did it go off the right? They're discussing it. And it's going to be alternate possession in the favor.
Yeah, they didn't have the call.
Yep,
So.
alternate possession in favor of Central. One official was blocked out, the other one just. Sometime a double touch, sometime doesn't hit anybody in particular. Next timeout we'll salute the seniors. Filler tried to foul. Filler tried to foul right. He lost his shoe.
Couldn't foul him. Oh, it's Wright who lost his shoe, and then he went up with the step.
Right. I was going to say he moved his pivot foot, but it went all the way over to the lane.
I knew Wright was quick, but man, right out of your shoes.
52.1, 8-point game. Lots has to happen to get it closer.
Well, you got to screen across and get that ball right into Merritt.
Immediately.
Pick things up. Well, you're gonna give it to him on the inbound. They made no effort to run that on him.
There's the foul.
Yeah.
Back the other way, and we'll say our swan song to the seniors at West Bloomfield and thank them for a great season. We've had fun watching them as they have become seniors. Jared Acker and Luke Filler and John Merritt, Kevin Rosenberg and Jason Mercer, and Donnie Wall. Guys have been fun to watch, and been a little fun teasing them along the way, but they're great kids and they're great guys, and we love being here. These guys will go, I'll tell you something, they are, well, that one did not go, but whoever they end up playing, Latham's going to give them a tough go, but neither team really goes inside, but there's going to be some tough matchups on Friday night, Frank.
Yeah, this is, you know, it gets down. You're the final 16 teams after the first round here, and Brown with a big rebound, get it up the floor, penetrate, take it all the way home.
Donnie Wall, got it!
Still back in the ball game, bring it down to 5, put some pressure on. I think you got to put the same man back at the line.
Well, they got to foul the guy that's
sacrifice Woodruff to do it, but you got to do it.
Yeah, the good news is Warren Woodruff's coming back next year, and I tell you, his dad came over the other day. I don't know if he knew that I knew who it was, but he says, "What do you think of that guard, number 22?" And you know, I was going to make a dentist joke because his dad is a dentist, and going to say that, yeah, well, you don't have to pull teeth to get him to play defense, but Warren Woodruff's been one of my favorite players the last couple of years, and he's developed an offensive game, and he's going to be a big, big part of this team next year.
Well, they're waiting here they have to substitute.
Yeah, they're taking all the time that they can get, and Jason Mercer now.
Well, trying to freeze the guy at the lines, what you're doing right now. And, you know, Warren's got to come out of the ball game. Great effort on his part, gets a nice hand from the crowd.
Tell you, one of those guys, Frank, that if you're a coach, if they ever develop cloning of humans, he might be the first candidate. Tyree Wright has both of his points.
Now this is the big one. I mean, that one obviously sets up this one, but this one will get it back to a three possession ball game.
Tyree Wright is right on 3 times in the fourth quarter. Merritt has it. Williams has him. Tommy Green will try the tray. It is off, and Kyle Brown tries to fill it, and Jason Mercer's going to go to the line.
They do
him
a favor. They do you a favor. They stop that clock and let you go to the line.
Jason Mercer, 3 points.
I always like the look on the coach's face when that happens. You look over and he crosses his arms and gives him that glare, because I'm telling you, isn't it a coach in the world that doesn't tell you coming down to crunch time, don't put them at the line. The only way they can come back is at the line.
First one is on the board. Now Cecil Hood will come back in the game. Rico Harris, who committed the foul, will sit down. I don't know if that's a coincidence or not. Second one is in and out, and they're going to have a lane violation on
Tommy Green. Oh,
yeah. The way no one really knew who, and they finally just mentioned it. So it's a 6-point game, 24 seconds to go. Merritt's going to need to foul Williams. Somebody's got to do something. They just let it go. Parson, alley-oop to Hood, and that's the way you kind of put it to bed. 23 points for Hood. Donnie Wall will toss it to Merritt, who will jam it down, and John Merritt probably having his greatest offensive performance, at least here as a West Bloomfield Laker. That's it. So, the Detroit Central Trailblazers saw the West Bloomfield Lakers come back in the third quarter and tie the score at 34. And then from there, they took over the basketball game and made it difficult for the West Bloomfield Lakers to win it on their own home floor.
That's when Merritt picked up his third foul. They took him out and rested him, and you know, proved to be a difference in the ball game.
Well, it's a 6-point difference on our final score. Our final score, the West Bloomfield Lakers lose out in this regional semifinal to a very tough Detroit Central Trailblazer team. Final score, Trailblazers 59, the West Bloomfield Lakers 53, and we will come back and we will wrap things up from courtside when we can. It does, tries to go back up, and as it continue at WB in just a moment.
Daddy! I need to go party. Dad!
Yeah.
I forgot. Dad!
You, mister, need to go to bed right now. What is it?
I love you.
I love you too. Family. Isn't it about time? Hey, if you need anything, I'll write down a hole, okay? And I love you too, pal. From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Night.
They won't leave you for someone younger. They won't notice you've gained weight. They won't fire you. They won't talk about you behind your back. All they'll ever do is love you. Find the love of your life. Visit Petfinder at aspca.org.
The shaft for the coach sitting courtside as we wrap this one up. And Frank, well, I tell you, the Central team was everything we read about. And when you lose to Catholic Central in Operation Friendship, when you finish runner-up to Detroit Redford, who many people think have a chance to be in the state finals, and you lose to Muskegon Mona Shores team, which I don't know very much about, but I know that's probably the team with the longest name they're going to play. Central was very, very impressive in the fact that they were able to make adjustments every time West Bloomfield got themselves back in the game.
The thing that impresses me is they do it all without an inside game. I mean, you know, they'll throw the lob and that stuff, but they don't have a post player. The guy who looks the most like the post player steps outside and keeps burying threes.
It's Mr. Williams. And let's take a look at how all the statistics kind of compiled. Barry Smades putting them all together. I think the key stat, Frank, as we look at it, besides the free throws, West Bloomfield got the ball inside to Merritt, but Merritt was usually alone when he was taking those threes. But the other key was, well, that was the key right there, really. There's 8 points right there. 8 more makes, 14 more attempts.
Yeah, again, it's surprising the turnovers evened out, but West Bloomfield picked up the pace late in the game, brought themselves back, and almost made it happen.
Jonathan Merritt had 28 points and 8 rebounds, had 28 of their 53 points. As far as the other scoring was concerned, nobody else in double figures. Warren Woodruff had a couple of big threes. He had 6 rebounds, 4 points for Jason Mercer, and 5 rebounds. Donnie Wall had a total of 5 points. Kyle Brown had 5 rebounds to go with his 4 points. Tommy Green 5. That was the way things landed. And I'll tell you something, Central's going to be a fun team to watch. They're going to play on Friday. You may have already seen that game, and against a Lathrop team that doesn't have an inside presence either, but they played exceptionally well against another team that didn't have an inside presence in Henry Ford.
Yeah, Lathrop's going to have to answer the challenge in the pressure department, though. I think they come out and Central plays, you know, excellent defense, and that's where you have to survive. You've got to get through their defense to be able to beat them.
And I think that we saw in the Henry Ford game that Lathrop was succumbing to the pressure a little bit too, but then they figured it out and took care of business. Now, let us explain a little bit about what our future looks like. If Southfield Lathrop beats Detroit Central, it'll be an upset, but it'll be something that the folks in this area, at least in the Oakland County version of Comcast, will be very pleased about. We will see them on Tuesday night at U of D Mercy. Now, if it should happen that Detroit Central beats Lathrop, but in the B area, the Detroit Crockett, another PSL team, is beaten by Orchard Lake St. Mary's, then we will still be at U of D Mercy. The game will be seen on the 21st at 7 o'clock if it's one game, and at 5 o'clock if it's a second game, and we'll just point that out to you. If Orchard Lake St. Mary's or Southfield Lathrop is in the quarterfinals, we will be there to follow. Now, assuming the unassumable and that neither one will be there, we want to take a second and say our goodbyes right now, because it's been a wonderful, wonderful season, starting with football and finishing up with basketball, Frank. And you've been here for probably the longest ride in your history, starting with the second half of the football season.
That's right.
That's amazing.
That's right.
We've had a lot of fun. We've seen a lot of great teams. And I'll tell you something, watching the kids here, some of the seniors knowing they played their last game, that probably hurt us more than it hurt them.
Yeah, it was, you know, a good team to watch. We've, you know, grown up with them, so to speak, you know, when they were young puppies a couple years ago, and you could just see the potential. Great effort here by West Bloomfield, and we just saw a lot of great young men, and I'm excited about next season already.
All over the whole year, and I wanted to say my goodbyes to probably one of my favorite players, because he played both ways so very, very well when we saw him as a senior and as a junior, Marlon Burt over at Birmingham Groves. You have certain favorites. Thanks to all the athletic directors and the coaches who have been so kind and caring and responsible to us. I'll be very honest with you. There's been a changeover here, and we don't know where we're going to be. We hope we're back with you next year. Everybody knows where I am, and they seem to find me and ask me that question, but we're hoping to be back with you in the fall for some sports and maybe surprise you during the summer and come up with a couple of things as well. The Rockers continue on Comcast Sports. Also, the Whalers continue on Comcast Sports, and maybe some other things along the way, as well as you get a chance to see the state volleyball finals, which will be produced by our fine folks here as well. So we hope that we're back with you. If we're not, it's been a great run. We hope to see you at U of D. There are a lot of ways to say goodbye, and I think I've used them all up, other than to say that on behalf of Frank Plakas and Barry Smades and our hardworking Comcast, Family Media One television crew, and they've been here for the distance, it's Jim Shaffron saying so long from West Bloomfield High School, where once again, the final score of this regional semifinal game, the Detroit Central Trailblazers 59, the West Bloomfield Lakers 53. We hope we'll see you from U of D next week. Good night, everybody.